Ciao everybody, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Julian Gennati. It's match day 7. It's Juventus and Atalanta in Bergamo. Stick with us. Here's the preview. Enjoy. And as always, when I do these previews, it's key player. For Atalanta, it's weaknesses of Atalanta or weakness, depending on the opponent. The Atalanta predicted 11 that I would give, and what I've researched and what I've seen. And then, of course, what I think Juventus, how they should line up, barring all the injuries or updates that we know about. So, obviously, it's an away game. Juventus comes in after a lackadaisical performance against Lecce, got the 3 points, yada, 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 good for them. But if we're to succeed in this game, in particular, in Bergamo, at Atalanta, the intensity needs to be risen so much. You got to basically double what you did against Lecce. And then I think the pressing has to be on point in order to make them cough up the ball and be able to pounce on the opportunities that we gain from winning the ball higher up the field. And you'll see in my pictures, my graphics, that could be the case as well. So first, as always, we start with the key player on Atalanta. So I said Lookman, Ademola Lookman. He's the attacker, obviously, the guy who's going to hurt you on the score sheet. He's pacey, he's tricky. If he's in form, he will score goals. Of course, we remember last year he scored a couple against us. He's just that kind of player. He could play across the front line, to be honest. Doesn't matter. They play with 3 up front, winger, striker, either wing. He's very dangerous when he's on form or when he's at a top gear. I probably should have put Tien Koopmeiners as the danger man because the game ticks through him. Lookman's just like the finisher / final third guy when Koopmeiners is like build up and final third. So it could be either or. Let me know in the comments below, comment section, if it's Lookman or if it's Koopmeiners. I'll go Lookman just because he probably scores a bit more goals. But yeah, their attack is very good, dangerous, especially when they're all firing on all cylinders, and it's very fluid. There's no especially with Skamaka out, there's no actual target man number 9 to look at. It's going to be Koopmeiners, Pasalic, Lookman, maybe another guy. So yeah. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to go to Atalanta's weakness now. Says it right there. They're very error prone all over the pitch. They're nobody's like a safety Sam. There's no solid foundation in terms of protecting the ball, keeping the ball. It's 100 miles an hour, and they're prone to errors if you make them cough it up. Like, they're not prime Barcelona. They're going to try and play. They're going to run, and they'll create chances of their own. But we will have not plenty, but we'll have our chances to score, especially if we defend well, high up the field. And this is the story of Gasperini's Atalanta. This is not just something new. It's always been like this against them. It's just that we haven't been quite successful in doing so for the past 5 years or so. Even during Allegri's first spell, we got smacked around in the Coppa Italia 3-0 by them because Zapata and Muriel were just on point. And they were very good, and we couldn't create anything because we couldn't press high and create our own chances. So let me know if you think there's another weakness that they have. I think this is their main weakness. If you press well, they will be error prone. Yep. Yep. My apologies. My wife thought she lost the dog, but she didn't. All good. He's with me. So moving on from the weakness, again, let me know what you guys think. If there's anything I missed, any glaring weakness that they have, like pinpoint accuracy. But we'll go to the 11 that I think they'll be starting with, or they should at least. Again, without Skamaka, this is how they probably should line up. They got Scalvini, of course. They got Carnesecchi in goal. Jim City's usually their center back. Toloi usually starts on the bench now. Kolasinac starts as the left center back. They just brought him in. Ederson and Darun, their engine rooms. Zappacosta, right wing back. Ruggeri, young kid, left wing back. And then the three that I mentioned before, it's Pasalic, it's Miners, and it's Lookman. Again, fluid. Lookman could be on the left, Pasalic can be through the middle, Tien Koopmeiners can be through the middle. Doesn't matter. They're all there. Very dangerous team. Especially the engine room, like you could see the left side of Kolasinac, Jim City, and Ederson. I think if you press that side, you can have some success winning the ball up higher up the field. So Scalvini, we know, is good on the ball, but he's young, so he might poop himself, especially in a bigger game. We don't know. But Darun's usually a safety Sam. He's the safest player on this team in terms of trusting someone and being responsible. So yeah, let me know if you think anybody else is going to start. Mitchell Backer's probably not going to start. There's beef with them. There's already talks about him leaving as a left wing back. Ruggeri's been starting the majority of these games. A lot of trust going into him. Hateboer doesn't really start anymore. He's still on this team. And then there's not much else. But they're plug and play. So if a guy goes on for one of these players, they'll play the same way. Same system. And now we'll go to the Juventus starting 11. Again, 3-5-2 for us. I have Kostic back in, checking back in for Cambiaso. Cambiaso's the worst player on the field against Lecce, so I think Kostic comes back in, especially in a top 7 match. And I think Moretti starts over Fagioli just because he's been rotating this whole time. And everything else is pretty much the same. Oh no, I put Gatti instead of Rugani. I guess that's the other contentious starting area. I just rather see Gatti play. I've seen enough of Rugani. I think athletically, Gatti is better in this to defend Atalanta than Rugani is, if that makes sense. Like Lookman, Koopmeiners, and Pasalic, they're all quite athletic. And I think Gatti can keep up, whereas Rugani's like touchy-grabby when he defends. So, and we know Rabiot's a staple, so is Locatelli. So I think... and we know that Vlahovic and Chiesa are both fit still. I'm going to say still because who knows in the upcoming matches. So that's that. Let me know what you think. All in all, it should be, if Juventus it matches Atalanta's intensity, it should be a great game. If we drop back and just soak up pressure and do nothing, which it's 50-50 at this point, who knows what we're going to do, it's going to be long. It's going to be a long, stupid afternoon that we have to deal with again. It totally depends on the mindset Allegri gives the players and how the players accept that, the tactics for this game. So if you think that we're going to sit back and soak up pressure, you're in for a long day or afternoon, wherever you're watching. If you are expecting us to press high with Kostic doesn't press high, McKennie's not going to press high, Moretti is going to be the only one with the 2 forwards, so who knows? We'll find out, and Ale and I will be back on talking about it next week and probably gouging our eyes out at what's going to happen here. I'm going to be more optimistic. I think we're going to come out with the intensity required for this match. So I'm going to predict a 2-1 victory for us. Goals from Vlahovic and McKennie. And we're going to concede some stupid shit on the not a counter, but like some stupid shit on the right hand side. So yeah, let me know what you think. I say 2-1 Juventus win. I'm being optimistic because I think we're going to match their intensity. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a massive game because if you win this one, you're 5-1-1. You're still in reach with Inter, depending on the result with Salernitana. And yeah, that's all you got to do. Just keep touching distance. And then you got Torino, and then you got Milan. and then you got the international break. This is a big one. This is a big 6-pointer, basically, because I think Atalanta are going to be closing in on that top 4 spot as well. Well, they'll be sniffing around, at least by the end of the season. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment section down below. Follow us on all social media platforms at Beyond Canary Zone. And yeah, enjoy the game on Sunday. It's at 12 kickoff in where I live, EST, and 6 o'clock in Italy. So there you go. Ciao, everybody. Have a good one.